Hey, what's up guys, Lux here bringing you a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO Minecraft set, the Desert Outpost, set 21121. It comes with 519 pieces and originally retailed for $59.99 USD. So yeah, this is a bit of an older set and more classic set, and one of the first sets that Alex ever came in, so this should be pretty fun to take a look at, and it also has that old style modular feature where it's elevated by one block and can open up really easily. I'll show you guys in a second, but first off, as we do, let's take a look at the minifigures. First off here, we have a skeleton with both an iron chest plate and iron helmet, so he's pretty geared up. He comes with a bow accessory, as skeletons do, and yeah, he's your typical LEGO skeleton figure we've been getting since, you know, they made it pretty much, using the regular skeleton body and those skeleton's legs, so yeah, not too special. Up next here, we have the regular skeleton. Now, this one obviously has no armor. You can see his rib cage pretty much, and every other feature about him. He's exactly the same, except, you know, obviously without being as armored or prepared to his other buddy over there. But yeah, here's the skeletons. We know them, we love them, they're great army buildings. And now moving on. Next up here, we have a tame wolf. You can tell that it's a tame wolf because he has the red collar around his neck, or where his neck would be, and also his eyes, you can tell they're like, it's the same eye texture that tame wolves have in game, instead of having the flat eyes like most other animals that are untamed do. So yeah, it's a pretty nice, neat wolf build. They did pretty good, obviously considering it's all Lego pieces and just one specially molded head. So yeah, pretty good figure. Now moving on to the name figures of the set. First off here, we have Steve. We all know him. Same exact printing since he was introduced back then in the start of this Minecraft theme. Same exact printing now. So yeah, not too much to take a look at. Here he comes with a stone sword accessory, and that's pretty much it. Now moving on to Alex. Here we have Alex. Now in the time of when this set was released, Alex was fairly new to the theme. We didn't get thousands of her like we did Steve, and how we do get them now. But for the time, she was pretty good, especially because she had back printing unlike Steve. But yeah, that's pretty good. To be fair, Steve's shirt is pretty much all blue with little pixelated texture, so you don't necessarily need back printing for him. But anyways, obviously this is the printing that we're used to nowadays because we get her in most sets along with Steve, fairly common. She comes with an iron helmet and a iron pickaxe accessory, so a pretty good set of tools, not to mention the cookie in her other hand. So yeah, they're ready for this invasion. Oh, and Steve had an iron sword, not a stone sword. My bad. Okay, now moving on to the actual build. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to start off with the front here, then move our way in and all around the little fortress or desert outpost here. Now, let's get started. In the front here, where the skeletons are, let me move this one, the default one at least, to give you guys a little bit of an easier view on what's happening here. So as you can see here, there's a cactus build. There's a very common cactus build that we get nowadays, but it's still very effective on what it's trying to portray. If we look over here to the right, you can see a little bit of a plate sticking out. Now this plate actually has a function. The skeleton is standing on a couple bricks, not connected to the plates that are surrounding it. So if we press down on it, it's actually a sand trap. So yes, they probably have some TNT planted down there in case the skeleton gets nearby. That we could deal with them a bit easier. So a pretty nice mechanism and play feature to be included. It is a little bit annoying, like let's say you want to move this set around. This can be very easy to trigger, so it can get annoying pretty easily at times. But yeah, as long as the set's not moving, it should be an issue. Speaking of annoying, let's move right along up here. As you can see here where Alex is standing, you can see a redstone torch, a torch behind it. Let me move the TNT, there you go. And we can see a little redstone mechanism here. So obviously, since you can flick this forward, I'll try to give you a better angle. There's a little push feature up here, obviously meant to represent like a piston. And if you push on it, it actually throws down the TNT, which actually leads to the whole explosion feature down here, forcing the skeleton's death right there, or second death, considering it's already a skeleton. So yeah, it's a nice feature. Again, both of these functions are annoying because they're not placed or held down by anything. They're loosely placed there. So if you want to move it, if you even go near the set, it's gonna move around these bricks and maybe even trigger dysfunctions that you wouldn't have not wanted otherwise. Look, watch this. I'm gonna move this set real quick. You can see the skeleton shaking a lot there, as well as this. If I lift it, it's just gonna, they'll fall on their own. So it can be pretty hard to lose. So just be careful in case you are moving it. Okay, let's move on to the inside of the base. Now taking a little bit of a look at this, you can see the wall structure here of the outpost, as well as the wood door, the typical wood door we've been getting. Nothing too special, it's the one we've been using and are still using. There's the TNT. Let me just get rid of that for now. We got a bunch of torches later on, obviously to prevent monsters from spawning. If you keep flipping it, you can see the wall is still going on, except when you get to the open side where it has a little waterfall as well as a little farm, a little bit of agriculture here. As you can see there, they are growing some sugarcane and some wheat. Some is already fully grown, as you can see there. You can tell by the yellow pieces, and has a little bit of a lake on the side coming out, so that's pretty nice. And you could connect it to any other water landmass you may have from other sets, or if you want to add it yourself. So it also comes with a little boat build. As you can see, it can fit a whole minifigure in. It has those translucent circular reverse tiles to make it seem like it's actually floating in water. You can put it back here where the farm is, just, you know, to act like it's actually right into the water. And I mean, it's not as good as the modern boat builds that we get out of Minecraft now, like the one we found in the Pirate Adventure set, but this one, for what it is, it works fine. To fix one minifigure, you can fit 2 minifigures like we can do now in Minecraft, which is probably the reason why Lego expanded the boat a bit in more modern sets. So now to give a little bit of the modular feature of this set, obviously you can connect other sets like I said previously, but this roof is actually detachable. If you get rid of this piece and this piece, it should allow this whole area to be opened up, and I can give you guys a better look, and you guys can obviously take a look at all the features that it's trying to represent. Here we have it. Alright, we'll take a little bit of a better look. Over here is the front door of this little hut that I removed the roof out of. In here there's not too much, just really a bed and some very closed off windows, maybe some fences as windows, but that's about it. Just really a bedroom. There's no real function to be in there, except obviously sleeping through the night. Moving on to the right, you can see a bit more is going on. Obviously we have the ladder up here to get to the watchtower where Alex throws the TNT in case there's invaders nearby. We have a crafting table, same crafting table we've been getting, same prints, still look good. Here we have the older style furnace where they use the bottom half as translucent square studs, obviously indicating that it's on at the moment because it's both translucent yellow and orange. Not a big fan of that, but for the time it got the point across. We also have a little bit of water, and obviously the wall area is still going all around. And all the way to the right, obviously you can see that they use more sandstone or sand to cover up their open areas that creatures could get in through. So that is pretty much it. Not too much to look at. It's not very complex. We know that from these Minecraft sets. They don't get too complex, but obviously the final product can be very fun, especially since at the end, if you really want to, you can modify it to your own liking. Now let's say you don't want this whole backside to open up anymore. All you have to do is put the roof piece that I removed earlier back in its place. It'll fit there nicely. Connect the top piece and everything should be back to normal. Everything will be stable and nothing else will open anymore. Just this piece, but everything else just stays stable inside of the little hut back there. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said before, not too much to look at. Pretty basic pieces used all around, but it comes out to be a pretty good design. Again, you can modify it to your liking. And yeah, it's a pretty good expansion to your Minecraft world, especially in the desert area. We don't get too much. I know recently we did a review of Desert Village, but yeah, besides that, we didn't get too many desert sets, unlike maybe the forest or plains biome. But yes, a pretty neat set from back in the day. A little player build, or in this case a base for them to survive in, and I'm happy to have it in my collection now. So if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.